I'm at Pleau, and I've been at Believers Fellowship now for 12 years, since I was in 6th grade. My mom knew Beth Moss before, I believe, and she invited us to go after our church had fallen through before. And we got there, and right away Dwayne Moss came and introduced himself and took me to youth group, and ever since then we've been going, and we love it. At the end of high school and for the next 3 years, I got involved in partying, drugs, anything, you name it, I was there doing it. I, after a time, realized that I was going nowhere and needed God in my life. And I'd always had my parents, but for the first time in my life I didn't, because they didn't know me. I wasn't following God at that point, and I knew I needed to, but I couldn't bring myself to fall back on Him, so I had to fall back on my parents. And they showed me love and grace and forgiveness immediately after I told them, and loved me through it. And but ultimately I realized that I needed to be able to rely on Jesus, and they helped me with that also. They said that I needed to just get away, and so I moved to California immediately, got my life back together down there, and ultimately ended up going to Vanguard University and meeting my fiance. My parents modeled God's love for me, especially in the ways that God's love should be modeled, grace and forgiveness. And they were able to see me through everything gracefully, and they were able to forgive me for it and not hold a grudge. It was never brought up that they were mad at me for putting them through it. I never felt like they were mad at me for putting them through it. They did it selflessly, and they were able to show me God's love at a time when I wasn't able to see God's love for myself. When I think of God's love, I think of grace and forgiveness foremost, and something that I've realized over the years is also patience, because I know that He was there the whole time with me, going through all the struggles I went through. I'm not saying that He put me through those situations or that He wanted me to go through them, but ultimately I did go through them, and He knew that I'd come out on the other side a better person and more in love with Him.